Yes, I was looking at myself. Sometimes you have to check yourself out. Welcome to DKs Way. Hey. What's that echo about? I'm trying to be all up in your ears. That's right. Tonight's show. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is a variety show. We talk about everything from way out Instagram and TikTok videos. We had a Black Panther last week. We talked about the giant niggas, the Anunnaki in them. We talk about heaven and hell. I mean, we talk about everything on DK's Way. Tonight, my guests in the building are my true blues. Tony Taylor, to the left of me. I got to the left of Tony Taylor. Ronald Cole. We gonna see y'all in a minute. And to the left of Ronald Cole, we got D-Bev in the building. So, we're talking about gender roles tonight. The reversal. When should a woman be submissive to her man? What's up with men and women in the black community? These dudes is laughing already. I ain't got a word out. They like, shut up. Shut up, woman. We gonna have some fun tonight on DK's Way. Now, we having a slight visual issue right now. We can't see what we're doing, but we know what we're gonna start talking about in a minute. Now, I also want to address some things that's going on in the media right now. There is a bailiff that took action against his woman. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and let this commercial for A-Game play, and we'll be right back and get started on DK's Way.
So it says here that you're suing for 50% custody and that you're a, quote, great dad. What kind of a dad could a black... What kind... So it says here that you're suing for 50% custody and that you're a, quote, great dad. What kind of a dad could a black... What kind of a father are you? Why would I believe that?
I mean, I do it all. I do it all, y'all. I'm a super dad. I mean, super dad. I'm talking about Batman dad, Spider-Man dad. You understand what I'm saying, Yana?
Excuse me, your hors d'oeuvres. Can I say something?
Well, Super Dad, I'm going to consider that photo abuse of the children because they were too close to the barbecue grill.
I read my baby's bedtime stories in bed.
Do you expect for me to really believe you read to the children?
Your officer, can I say something?
I'll let you convict him in a second.
This is preposterous.
What was that word?
Preposterous.
Well, preposterously, hand over your credit cards.
He needs to hand over his EBT, Green Dot, and Netflix codes, too.
Oh, he has Cash App, does he?
How am I supposed to pay my rent, my bills? How am I supposed to get to work?
You need to quit those little jobs anyway and stop trying to go to school to be a doctor.
This is preposterous.
Well, it's not my fault you weren't on your A game. So, hand over the house.
Preposterous. I'm getting older, and she's getting younger with my money.
Yes, well, I'm going to consider that compliment to her as abuse. Hand over your driver's license and your car.
Yana, please. What about me?
I don't want that old car. I need a brand new 2035 model.
And the shirt off your back, sir.
What else is y'all gonna take from me? The tattoos off my skin? Damn, that's cold, Yana. I mean, do I ever get to see my kid?
Yes, now, it sees here that she has 3 children, and they're all yours.
And Mr. Wong's.
Why?
At least Mr. Wang's feet don't stink after working 18 hours.
Why?
Who's Mr. Wong?
Just look at these two. You can tell they ain't mine.
Well, I'm gonna make you pay child support for all 3 anyway. Case dismissed.
Why?
This is Father's Time for A-Game TV. Looks like they gave him the Kanye Cosby. Wow. Could you tell us just what happened in there to you today, sir?
I feel 60 years older. I really need to get on my A game.
Come on, y'all, let's go get you a new daddy.
You should try A-Game. Yep, it's an all-natural supplement that'll help you get your energy, go back in there, and win.
I feel great again. I feel like myself. I feel like I'm on my A game.
A game will keep you out of custody court.
No, it won't.
Okay, maybe it won't, but it sure will give you the natural energy and vitality you'll need to stand up under the pressure.
Welcome back to DKs Way. Sorry about that, you guys. I had a little tech issue, but I need you to definitely go check out that A game. It's good for you in all types of ways, fellas. But really, it is. I mean, it's good for your brain. It's good for your stamina. It's good for everything. You know, some of you brothers are slow and can't keep up with us sisters. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. My fat ass hobbling on a one knee, messed up, and still pass you. Like, brother, do you need some A game? Anyway, tonight I'd like to introduce my guest all over again. I know y'all heard me introduce him, but now you can see him. Like I can see him. Yes, we got Tony Taylor to the left of me.
What's up? What's
To
up?
the left of Tony Taylor, Ronald Cole. And to the left of Ronald Cole, I got my homeboy D-Bev visiting us again tonight. He used to be here all the time, but you know, busy tight shirt niggas. He got a loose shirt on today, though. He loosened it up for us, okay? And no shine. No, they got a spit shine to them. They got a little Forrest Gump shine on them, like that military shine. But they dull compared to what he usually wears. Okay, because he would have had on some studs to match my jacket, except they would have been rhinestone. All right. Now we're talking about gender roles in the black community and what's going on with black women and black men in the house. You know. We got to talk about it. It's not just about black people with me, though. If you're tuning in, I don't care what color you are. We all have issues in the home with male and female roles. So let's get right into it. Let me get that first question. Okay. I'm going to ask you first, D-Bev, since you read the Bible and stuff. But if you're not a believer, people, you know, there is a purpose. I believe in creation. If you don't believe in creation, that's your problem. You believe what you want to believe. But we going off for the creation. So what do you think women were created for?
I think Eve just seduced that nigga.
Oh my goodness.
You think Eve just seduced that nigga?
Because he was like in the garden, like, I don't see nothing that I like.
I said, what was she created for? She wasn't even there, nigga. See how shiny shirt dudes do? You know, first thing, I think she just seduced the nigga.
I think God created her for man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And the king of the jungle, the king of the beast, whatever you call it, man was first.
Okay, we know man was first. Fool.
Okay, then, why you got me that dumb question then?
Why was she
Why
created?
do you think God created woman?
For a man.
Okay, Ronald Cole.
Yeah, we want to hear.
Okay. No. According to the Bible, as I interpret it, woman was put on earth for man to be his helpmate.
Bing.
Ding, ding, ding,
And-
ding.
Ding,
and-
Ding, 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 ding.
And to populate the earth.
Okay, Tony.
I was going to say a helpmate to help
Yes.
the man out.
And a helpmate
Yes.
is what I was going to say. I think God created woman to be a helpmate to tend to that garden and whatever else was in the garden, you know. And I don't know about populating the earth because they wasn't doing all that then. They was just tending to the garden and chilling and enjoying each other's company. You know, childbirth hadn't came into the picture yet because that was a punishment. So,
Sure it was.
Yeah.
It was
It's a
written. It
punishment.
was written.
but do you let your woman help you? Now, that's the compound question, D-Bev. When a woman, look at his face. Do you let your woman help you? Not financially. I'm talking about, okay, say you in the grocery store. You know what you're looking for, But she want to be helpful and ask the people, hey, can you tell us where the such and such is? Are you going to snap at her and say, I know what I'm looking for? Are you going to let her help you?
My personal vendetta is on women is like to get to know me and know what I like. You can't go in a grocery store and just pick out anything because I'm not going to eat anything. Like, I don't do salt. I don't do hot sauce. Anything that I don't do.
I know you got to keep your pecs up for them shirts.
And that's submissive to me when a woman goes against the grain. You feel me? Because you got to get to know her brother before you get to know her brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in those stores picking up stuff I don't like. I'm telling you what I like. You being submissive right now because you think you're going to overpower me. No, you're not.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Ronald Cole.
Okay. Question.
The question is, do you let your woman help you? Are you letting your woman be a helpmate?
I try.
That was a big try.
Why you sound like you constipated? That sounds like constipation. That
He was
sound
like, I really don't want to.
I do,
But
but you know what? My experience, there are some women that are very good about being the helpmate and being, helping you prosper and do things. Then there are some women that my experience. I'm not labeling everybody. This is my experience. You give them that rope to be the helpmate, and it's going along fine for a minute. But then you give them that rope. Some of them want to be cowgirls. You know what I mean? They take it and they run with it, and they start running you and everything else until you don't know what you're doing.
Now, whose fault is that, though? That is the man's fault for letting her take the reins. Do you think?
No. You want to be inclusive, I think, in a relationship. You don't want to be a dictator. You want your woman to feel like she's part of this, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like marriage or relationships is like a band. You're playing together.
One band,
Yeah.
one sound.
Yeah.
One band,
Right.
one sound.
2 guys, 2 women.
Now, okay, let's do this. Tony, do you try to help your man, or do you try to tell your man what's best for him? See, I have to rephrase the question for her.
Okay. Do I try to help him? Of course I would try to help him.
Okay, let
So,
me just
give
tell
an
y'all real
example.
quick. Excuse
Yeah.
me. We have all been married on this panel.
That's right.
I was married and divorced. Ronald's been married and divorced 4 times.
Uh-oh.
Because he's sick. D-Bev's been married and divorced.
Once.
But D-Bev, he was NFL, so I'm just saying. He was almost married 100 times. Okay. So go back to Tony.
Okay,
Now,
right.
Tony, do you try to help your man, or did you try to dictate to your man?
I always tried to help. I did.
She
That's
looked
just-
like she was a helper.
Yeah, I'm a
Nice
helper.
lady.
I'm a helper.
Look at D-Bev.
Look, D-Man's like, no, really, yeah.
Help me.
Yeah, I was a helpmate, for sure.
They all say that.
No, what do you mean they all say
They
that?
do. Some are truly. I believe that you probably were a helper.
Yeah. I was
that's
married for
the vibe I get
25
from it.
years, so.
I was a helper, but my husband, see, it depends on
D-Man's like
your
25
man.
years. 25 years.
I felt like my
25
husband
years.
was a beta in a lot of areas.
Okay.
So
Then
I
that's-
was more, like, I had more wisdom, put it that way.
Well,
than
if
my
you have a
ex-
beta
'cause
man,
I was 7 years older than my
then
husband.
then the woman, and if she has that masculine energy, because we got to talk about the masculine energy that a woman carries sometimes.
Yeah.
Some women have that
Right.
masculine energy,
When
and
the
if a man is a
facial
beta and he's not speaking up, then that woman is going to overshadow
Yeah.
and tell it and be like, because he's if he's not compensating for what he's supposed to step up and do,
Yeah, submissive.
if he's not compensating,
Let's
then
go
she's
to the
gonna be
next
like, yo.
question.
Oh my gosh.
D-Bell's like, oh my
Let's get
God.
real. It's getting hot in here.
Ooh.
Okay,
this is
let
a
me
different-
start with the ladies.
Yeah. What is a submissive
What is
woman?
a submissive woman?
What is a
In what
submissive-
ways is a woman submissive to her man, or how should a submissive woman?
Well, first
be?
of all, she should respect him first, and should always respect
No
him.
ad-libbing,
really,
nigga.
she should respect him. And a submissive, I believe, I'm old fashioned, so I believe the man is the head of the house, and the woman is the helpmate. But I also believe too, see, some people, like you say, the gender roles. We now get into, well, don't put the gender roles. The man could be cooking and the woman. Whatever it is that you agree, you come to an agreement together. So if you don't believe in the gender roles, that's fine. Before you get married, I believe, and I had, before we got married, we had counseling. What are the expectations coming into this marriage? Do you expect me to cook? Do you not expect me to cook? But being submissive is allowing the man to make decisions. But again, you have to have that man you feel is going to lead and is going to lead you right. If I don't have the man that's leading me right, well, one, I wouldn't be with him. But
Right.
but some women are not. But I even believe one act is, preparing a meal and taking the plate to the man. If we're out,
Serving
if,
your
if
man.
yeah, if we're out and we're at a party and there's a thing, I'd ask, hey, you want me to get your plate? Some women don't believe in that, but I do.
So you believe
Serving my
submission
man,
is
serving.
serving your man,
Yep,
being respectful to your
that's
man,
right first.
and honoring your man.
Yes.
Because that's what I heard through
Yes,
all
absolutely,
of that.
absolutely.
Ronald Cole, what do you feel like a submissive woman is?
My opinion. Some women think when you say the word submissive, some women take it as you want her to be a pushover, a slave, and all that. That's not what it's all about. I think submissiveness is about being open to that other person's suggestions or requests. And sometimes it's a give and take. Sometimes you may not really want to do that. She may not really want to do whatever he's saying. But it should be your turn later on, It's a back and forth. You do something that he says today, and later on he does something for you that, that's what I think submissive is. Being open to suggestion, and if you don't agree, being open to talking about it.
Okay, so you're saying submission to you is compromise.
It's having an open mind and compromise.
Okay, so honor, respect, and serving, and compromise. D-Bev.
Oh, I got a story for you, motherfuckers.
What is a submissive woman to you?
I'm gonna tell you where submissive come from. Submissive come from your parents, your upbringing, how you treat women, how you want a woman to be for you. In my household, I had two parents, and I watched my mother carry the mouth of daddy 100%, without any type of negligence, kids doing wrong, anything. So when I got married, I tried the same process. But the process that I brought into the game was, I was a football player. I had a lot of money at the time.
And a lot of women.
That submission that became overbearing for her, because she came from a poor, I ain't gonna say poor, but low income. So when she got that love, she was like, oh my God, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want this. It was like, it's crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute, I want it this way, this way. She's a beautiful woman. She cooked, she
I
cleaned.
met your ex-wife.
She did everything that a man wants. But the
But-
story comes from somebody else being submissive toward her. Start talking to the NFL players' wives. Oh, girl, you better watch your man. You know what I'm saying? You watch your man. You better watch your man. Woo, 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 woo. And I ain't even never been to a party.
So that's not submit. That's more
Well, it is.
like possession. You
In a
talking
way.
about
Possessive.
and trust.
Well,
So you
we was
saying
young.
trust is submissive to
We was
you?
young. I was naive about
So
life.
you was hoeing in an NFL. This is what I'm getting
I
from
was
the
home
story.
every day.
But you was hoeing.
Huh?
Was you hoeing or was
No,
you
never
home
hoeing.
every?
Never- I
you
was home
never
every day.
cheated on your wife.
I didn't, man, never. Look at my eyes. Yeah.
Everybody started laughing.
No, because they can't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? They can't
So
believe the
Who was
hype.
in there?
So she wasn't submissive to you.
She was a very like a catering. She was catering to my every ego.
That sounds like
I
submissive.
said she would submit to it until a point.
Oh,
when she
until
started
a
hearing
point.
other things.
Like, why you serving him, girl? You married
So
to
she
a
was,
football
though.
player. He need to get you a man.
No, I didn't allow other people in my house when I was married. No friends, no family members, nothing.
Oh, you was one of them
Yeah, I
dudes.
was.
Oh, he
Sounds like
was
she
on
was.
her
But my whole-
side.
So it sounds
my
like
whole
she
point
started
is-
off being
My
submissive.
whole point is she was everything I wanted in a woman.
Okay, so
So
But
what was the problem?
Somebody corrupted her.
Somebody. So you saying she was submissive until corruption. So she was like on foo-foo
Like on
and
foo-foo.
Right. You
But
want,
like on the
I
goddamn
want
TV.
half.
Eddie,
Eddie.
I want my hair.
I want
like
what's
the
coming to me,
American
Eddie.
woman.
Only because everything was paid for. Why not?
Yeah, you was in
Why
the
not be
NFL.
in foo-foo? What do you want now?
I was
I want
in
half,
that, but
Eddie.
yeah, we
Yeah.
I
did
want
some
half.
She got half too.
Gucci's
Right now.
want what's
around
coming
here
to me.
too. We popping collars too.
But no,
what's
but I
coming to
mean,
me.
it was a beautiful thing though.
Eddie.
But I say,
I want what's
the
coming to me.
experience, like you say, being submissive, the experience for me to learn too. It wasn't just me all about
Okay.
me.
Now, submissive to me is respect. It is allowing my man to lead in all situations when it pertains to our household and family, unless he has designated me as the leader of that compartment,
But what I'm trying to tell you is,
or unless he's a weak ass nigga.
but Donnie, you gotta understand one thing, Donnie. At 23 years old, I was making $100,000. So it's not like she had to do anything. Cause she's like, I want my own independence. I was like, hey, baby, for what? You ain't doing nothing. I'm doing everything. I'm a man.
But see, that's where submission crosses the line
It
to
crossed the line.
dictatorship.
And she had
Because
help. And she had
you
help.
were the dictator and she was the submissive. We're going to come back to you in a minute, dictator Edie Amin over there.
I make the rules.
Yeah, me makes the rules, me man.
It was no
And
rules in
you
my
know
house.
what, though, that is, but when a man is the breadwinner, like you were,
Yeah.
you do have a right to make a certain amount of rules within the normal mental without browbeating her. Let's go to the next one because the next one gonna lead into that.
Okay.
I know where you're going with this.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Now
Oh boy.
let's talk about
Oh,
dictatorship.
Oh boy.
Ah, nigga, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, Tina looked like a drag queen right here. This is clearly before the money setting.
Oh yeah.
This is clearly
With her
before,
teeth.
but
Yeah,
Ike's
her
perm ain't missing a spot.
No, of course
His
not.
perm is laid, sprayed, and
Simon Davis Jr. looking
man, he putting Elvis to shame. His grill is banging. He took her to the dentist. Remember in the movie? Yeah, after he started smashing, he took her to the dentist like, I'm going to make her look pretty. That's why Ike felt a certain type of ownership over Tina, because he made her who she came out to be, the beginning part of her life. He trained her.
teeth.
See, Dwight, that's what you was doing. You was not beating her ass, but you was a dictator. Like Ike.
We talking about this.
What you talking about, Willie?
That's when submission goes too far. When a man is telling you who you could talk to. My son daddy was like that. I had to have tunnel vision.
Boy.
I couldn't look nowhere. Couldn't talk to nobody. Oh, you trying to choose that nigga. Nigga, you ain't a pimp. Shut the fuck up. But instead of getting in an argument or a fight saying that type of shit, I'd be like, oh, this nigga. So I would just avoid looking at motherfuckers just to avoid the argument.
I was the quiet one though in a relationship.
You probably gave her a look like,
No.
He had the deaf eye on the
No,
bitch.
it's some things that's deep.
Probably passive
No, but
aggressive, though.
no, I wasn't. I'm telling you, man, I was very humble, very quiet, but I watched everything.
I bet
I
you
kept a
do.
lot of stuff in. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you do, Ike.
No, I kept a lot of stuff in that happened.
See,
sometimes
that's
you can
after
dictate
Ike
some shit,
became
man.
controlling right there. She behind him like, okay. No, that smile.
Yeah.
He ain't smiling.
He had to look like I mean business.
His smile went with that perm. When he got that belt, all things changed. That onesie changed everything. That onesie changed it all. He's like,
He
yeah.
looked like he was a terror, didn't he?
Oh, he was a terror. And Tina was like, Ike, don't hit me today. That's why she holding his shoulder like that. Like she got that, you see her muscle
Yeah,
on that
yeah.
shoulder, right?
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like,
we
I'm
do.
going to hold him steady so he don't trip out and elbow me or nothing while we taking these pictures. Like any man that wear his shirt that far open
Okay.
is a controlling freak.
Come on now.
D-Bev, look at your shirt.
My shirt ain't never been there. The third button never been past the third button.
Next thing.
I don't go that deep.
Oh,
But no,
hilarious.
man.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Ronald this time. How can a man command submission from his woman without seeming physically or mental or verbally abusive, like Ike was or like D-Bev was? Yeah, you don't see you was a control freak because she was everything you needed, everything you wanted. But she just wanted a job. D-Bev, you was like, yeah, you can stand in the
I
house.
got you.
Yeah, but she
Hold up.
wanted a life.
You know what? That was true. That's
That
true.
could have been the
jawbreaker?
change
The
of your.
jawbreaker?
That was the change in your gender roles right there, because
But
that's
see-
when y'all start bumping.
But I was
heads.
young and dumb and trying to get old. But see, that would happen.
Ronald, go ahead.
Okay. Me personally, what I do, if I want my mate to, kind of lean on, with me on my thoughts on something, I'll suggest it, and then I explain the rewards if we both do that.
Okay, now let's talk about Ronald here for a minute. Ronald is the reverse of the gender role. He is asking permission from his woman
Not submission.
to talk about it, not laying down the law as a man of the
I
house.
give her a chance to say yes because I'm gonna do it anyway. But
He be
give her
like,
a chance to say
baby,
yes.
baby, give me the camera. Baby, can we? Can we?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Abuser, abused.
I'll agree with that to a degree. Adjacent. Yeah.
Only on DK's way.
Oh my God, I can't.
Why? Why?
I'm just saying. We're going to come back in a minute. And we're going to ask Tony this question, okay? Because, well, let's go ahead and ask Tony. Then I'll take a quick break and we'll
what you
come
gonna
back with
ask
some
me?
more.
Let's go.
Now, Tony,
Yes.
how can a man command from his woman?
Ooh, command.
Because we're putting ourselves in it. Let's take ourselves out of it. If this is your daughter and your
Okay.
daughter comes home, you got a daughter.
I do.
Mama, this man, he's doing this and he's saying this, and I want to be submissive, but it's like he's controlling. Now, how do you talk to your daughter when you feel like she could be physically, mentally, or verbally abused? How do you talk to her? Shit just got real on DK's way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I mean, first the conversation is her own self-esteem.
Yes,
That's the
good
first.
answer.
That's the first thing, is that we need to talk about her self-esteem, because if anyone allows someone to overpower you in that way, in a negative way, that means there's some self-esteem issues on your own self. So that's the first thing that needs to be addressed is her state of mind.
Right, to allow this person
To do this. Because if she's of sound body, you know, if I, like I say, my daughter has graduated from college and I know she's, you know, got all her faculties, why would you allow someone to control you in this way, in a negative way, meaning negative way? And especially if we're talking about that they're not married.
I think that's a good answer. Yeah, just start off with your. Well, hopefully they would be married because that's what we need to talk about too. Is black people do not get married anymore. They're scared of marriage, but they're not scared of getting in and out of these strange relationships and situationships, and they moving to and fro from hoe to hoe. But we gonna come back with some more on DK's Way. We gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm Donnie Keith. If you're just tuning in,
Tune in
Let me
on
hide for that
YouTube.
one. Let me hide for that one.
He's on.
So it says here that you're suing for 50% custody and that you're a, quote, great dad. What kind of a dad could a what kind of a father are you? Why would I believe that?
I mean, I do it all. I do it all, y'all. I'm a super dad. I mean, super dad. I'm talking about Batman dad, Spider-Man dad. You understand what I'm saying, Yana?
Excuse me, your hors d'oeuvres. Can I say something?
Well, Super Dad, I'm going to consider that photo abuse of the children because they were too close to the barbecue grill.
I read my baby's bedtime stories in bed.
Do you expect for me to really believe you read to the children?
Your officer, can I say something?
I'll let you convict him in a second.
This is preposterous.
What was that word?
Preposterous.
Well, preposterously, hand over your credit cards.
He needs to hand over his EBT, Green Dot, and Netflix codes, too.
Oh, he has Cash App, does he?
How am I supposed to pay my rent, my bills? How am I supposed to get to work?
You need to quit those little jobs anyway and stop trying to go to school to be a doctor.
This is preposterous.
Well, it's not my fault you weren't on your A game. So, hand over the house.
Preposterous. I'm getting older, and she's getting younger with my money.
Yes, well, I'm going to consider that compliment to her as abuse. Hand over your driver's license and your car.
Yana, please. What about me?
I don't want that old car. I need a brand new 2035 model.
And the shirt off your back, sir.
What else is y'all gonna take from me? The tattoos off my skin? Damn, that's cold, Yana. I mean, do I ever get to see my kid?
Yes, now, it says here that she has 3 children, and they're all yours.
And Mr. Wong's.
Why?
At least Mr. Wang's feet don't stink after working 18 hours.
Why?
Who's Mr. Wong?
Just look at these two. You can tell they ain't mine.
Well, I'm gonna make you pay child support for all 3 anyway. Case dismissed.
Why?
This is Father's Time for A-Game TV. Looks like they gave him the Kanye Cosby. Wow. Could you tell us just what happened in there to you today, sir?
I feel 60 years older. I really need to get on my A game.
Come on, y'all, let's go get you a new daddy.
You should try A-Game. Yep, it's an all-natural supplement that'll help you get your energy, go back in there, and win.
I feel great again. I feel like myself. I feel like I'm on my A game.
A-Game will keep you out of custody court.
No, it won't.
Okay, maybe it won't, but it sure will give you the natural energy and vitality you'll need to stand up under the pressure.
we talking about the gender roles between men and women in relationships. Now, if you're just tuning in, you have any thoughts or questions, please put them in the comments. Follow us on IG, our Facebooks, all that good stuff. If you want to email me at d_impress@yahoo.com. I will respond. Don't email me no bullshit, though. You know how y'all be doing, okay? Don't email me no pics.
It's like that.
Girl,
It's
DMs
like
be popping.
That. Oh.
I'm just saying, y'all be
I don't
balling.
get
Some
that
of
kind of
y'all
DM.
need to stop it, okay?
don't
Because
get
you
them
really
kind of
are,
DM.
your self-esteem is a lot higher than anything else, is all I'm saying. Your self-esteem is up here and that's down there. Stop it.
Ooh.
Man, one dude sent a picture. It was so lazy, he just laid it to the side on his leg.
Shut up.
He didn't even try to prop it up or nothing. He just laid it to the side on his leg. And his leg was light skinned.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like, dude, your friction burn is serious.
That's fiction.
Stop it. Stop it. Comedy writes itself. We're talking about the gender roles between men and women. Let's get back into it. How can a man command submissiveness from his woman without seeming physically, mentally, or verbally abusive? Now, me being a woman that has been in an abusive relationship, know the wrong way to do it. Okay? I know my son's dad just commanded it. I couldn't look at nobody, couldn't talk to nobody. He was jealous. He was stupid. That's not how you have a real committed relationship. If my son has some behavior to where I feel like he could be a controlling, dictator in a relationship, I'm going to talk to him because there's a way your woman's going to be submissive if you talk to her like a human being. If you don't like something your woman is doing, she will submit to you if you address it properly. Now, if you address it like, me, man, you woman, do what the hell I say, then yeah, you're going to get some pushback. Because we don't hear that. When you look at lions, the lion go here, he have sex with one woman, one lioness, his ass tired, he wiped out. He gone down for the count. So if you notice, he's individually adjusting each one of these lionesses. But he's doing it in such a way, when he bite their neck, they know, submit. It's my turn to submit to my king. And that's how we should be with our men. We should be to a degree of submission. And I believe that. And I believe that women have gotten a little, because we make more money now. Yeah. We think we deserve, like I've heard whoever makes the most money in the house should control the house. What do you feel about that, Ronald Cole?
I don't think that's, no, I don't agree with it.
So if your woman making $1 million a year and you making like 14 an hour,
I think there still should be a conversation. Again, relationships is a band.
It's not going to happen, Ron.
I know it ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you what
it should be.
Yeah.
T-Bear, you making $1 million a year.
Yep.
Your wife make 14 an hour at Taco Bell. Who's in charge of the house?
Put that $14.95 with the million, baby. And we good. No, I mean,
Are you gonna make her pay the light bill?
No, I know. I would never make a woman pay anything really when you're in my household.
When she in your household.
Yeah, if she lives in my household, I got you.
Look, first of all, if he's laying the dick on her, she may do anything he say.
That part.
Yep, that's
that
true.
Part.
If he is laying it and slaying
Laying
it,
that ball.
laying it and
That's
slaying
right,
it, baby, what you need? What you got? I got you.
That $14.50
Boom.
don't matter to her, huh? He got $14.50 an hour. He could buy her some perfume for her birthday.
No, because you know that's real. You know that's real. Look, there are women out there that will go out with a man. He ain't got shit, but he can lay that fucking dick.
Yeah.
And she will put up with it to a certain extent. She will put up with it. And maybe for, it may take a minute, but she'll put up with it.
Yeah.
No, real.
She gonna put up with the brokenness.
For a minute, she may. With that good dick, yeah.
But if she getting $1 million a year, if I'm making $1 million a year and I have a man that's making, say, $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
We good.
Hey,
because
yeah, exactly.
what I got is yours. Now, my account is my account. Don't get it twisted. But what we need and got is I'm gonna make sure your house is together
Yeah.
because it's our house.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that everything is together because I have the money. I'm not one of them people that's like, I have the carrot.
Right.
You have to
Right.
try to
But
get
you know what,
it.
Donnie? I can say back when I was, like I said, got drafted in NFL, coming from,
He act like he got drafted by the military to go to Vietnam.
No, what I'm
but I
saying,
got
what I'm saying
drafted
though,
in the NFL.
like professional football, when I got drafted, I never knew what money was. Because I came from a scholarship.
Yeah, in
Okay.
your household, you
The
grew
other
up
thing,
in a house with 16 brothers
my
and
wife
sisters.
we had student homes, we had marriage student homes, everything was free. So when I got drafted in the NFL, it became a higher power. I became a higher power, but I never was submissive to my wife.
You're not supposed to
I
be
gave her
submissive
everything.
to.
She hadn't do nothing, but she wanted to do more. So I gave her allowance. I gave her allowance.
You gave
Well, a
her
lot
no
of people do.
allowance.
But I
A
paid-
lot of
but I
people
paid for
in high
everything else,
power
so my
give their
thing was-
parents allowance or their siblings.
But
I'm
the
sure
thing- the thing-
LeBron have an allowance
Yeah.
But
for
the
his
thing that
parents.
I could understand that after all this stuff you got going on, why you need to do this? What you want to do right now?
What does she want to do?
She wanted her own independence.
As she should have.
But we had
Look at-
but
He said,
But-
the
What?
Hulk
we had little kids, 4, 6, and 2, and I just basically
You wanted her to be at home,
home.
mom.
She was a home
Well,
mom,
if the
but
kids were that little, I understand
Yeah.
what you're
I said,
saying.
baby, this is what I said. I said, look, just raise the kids to a certain point. You're good. You can do what you want to do. But she went against the grain, which causes the grain to go.
Yeah,
wiggly,
it
wiggly,
happens
wiggly, whack,
in
you know
a
what I'm
lot of
saying?
marriages. Like when Kevin Hart and Tori,
Yeah, same
he didn't want her to do comedy, and she did, and it seems like that's when things
She went
change.
against the grain.
Yeah.
Let me get the next one. Yeah, when you go against the grain, that's what happens. It does. Okay.
He's a man.
Now, this is an important question because some people don't know what a true man or a true woman is. And that's why I got us divided tonight. I got y'all niggas over there and I got us queens over there. So, what is a woman to you and what is a man to you? D-Bab, let's start with you.
A man is a man who controls his household.
Control, key word. You heard
I
it.
caught it.
Well,
I caught it.
I'm
Throw it out the window.
I look.
Control.
I mean control.
Control.
When I
It,
got-
it slipped out of his mouth. He didn't even know it was coming out.
But what I mean by control is that he don't want to pinpoint everything that she does on herself. And I was young.
He talking about himself still.
No.
What
I'm saying,
about
no.
the bed?
No, I'm getting to that point. Let me get to my point. My point is, when you're that young, you're naive, you don't know nothing about the life itself. I was 23 years old, never been to a bar. Never drank, nothing.
Oh, man.
So when I got to that height, it became powerless. I became powerless because of my wife. Because of the submission that I was learning. I was in a learning process. You know what I'm saying, Don?
Well, okay,
Truth is,
so
truth
a
is.
man to you is a man that's not powerless. Ronald Cole.
Okay. But my definition of what a man is,
I'm up here.
I think a
Or
man,
what a woman would be.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, both. You can answer both.
I'm on my side, man. Stay on my side.
I'll try to make it short.
He said, "Stay on my side."
A man isn't all about muscle or money. I think a man is he's a foundation. He's a leader. He's the guidance. He's an example. He's about truth, and he's what you're supposed to focus on. I think. in your
Okay.
house. He's what everybody should be looking at. He's the prime example. You know,
And what is a woman to you?
a woman, she is.
My boss.
She's a queen. She's a queen.
A woman is that man's rock. It's it's when things get heavy and he needs a recharge, she's there for it.
So she's coochie.
No, it's not all about that. Sometimes it's just a kind word to foster to. Sometimes a man needs to know.
So she's his
right.
backbone.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony, what is a man to
I'm
you?
right there with Ron.
Okay.
I believe that a man should be a leader, an example, a guide in the home. And the woman, again, is the helpmate to help him through thick and thin. They are there for each other, and a woman is to help him. That's how God created another woman out of the rib, right? To help Adam. So I'm in agreement with you.
Okay.
I'm totally in agreement.
A
Help
man to
Adam?
me.
Yeah, to help
She did
Adam.
not help Adam. She destroyed Adam.
Well, we know what she ended up doing, but God created
Do you know
her to help.
Yeah.
That was
And
why
help
she
me.
went against the grain. No,
You know what-
she messed up for
You know
sure.
what the Garden of Eden to me is like?
What?
What?
It's like giving a kid a coloring brush to color that.
And they color outside the
They color
line.
outside the line.
Yeah, So giving a kid in a candy, like a kid
They
in
on
a
the
candy
path.
store.
Exactly, man. I'm saying.
Well, we know what happened,
Okay,
but that's
so-
what the original plan was supposed to be.
A woman to me, well, let's start off first. A man to me, because man came first,
Yeah.
is an extension of God to me. A man was made in God's creation. A man was made for a purpose. He was made for God's enjoyment, God's pleasure, God's entertainment. So, when God gave him woman and we were disobedient in the garden, he knew we would be disobedient.
Of course.
I mean, when he made us, he knew he was good for
You
that.
look on Adam's face. You look on Adam's face. We first snapped you on the
But he knew his man was weak to the flesh.
Wow.
Well,
He
you
knew
made.
them titties
What I'm right now?
would have him turned.
Well,
See,
I thank God every day.
I do.
Is
too.
this you?
I do,
You
man.
think
Because no, let me tell you.
Oh.
I thank God every day for women. Period, man. Because it's like being from like being in a different war zone. If you're in war.
Oh, so
You know what
war
I'm saying?
zone. We're
It's a
war
war zone.
zones.
No, I'm not saying you.
No,
yeah,
not the women.
precisely,
He's saying the world. The world is a
world.
world zone. So to come home and to come home and to get that reprieve from your woman.
I
It's
said
like-
forget it
Women-
all.
It's like
women got.
Sometimes it's World War II when you get
well, and
Well,
that may
women-
be true,
women-
and absolutely
You know
that's
what,
true
Ryan?
too.
You're right because.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go to the next one.
Wait,
Let's
wait,
go
okay,
to the next
wait.
because it's gonna lead into this. It's
Okay.
gonna lead into
Okay.
it. Let's go to the next one. Yes.
Oh, that one already.
Okay.
Oh, I love.
No.
You
that's-
said they're single, right?
No, that's new love. That's new love. When you want to touch, and,
Oh,
you know, make hearts in the
yeah.
sand and
Go to the
shit.
beaches there, all that stuff, man.
Yeah, you know, you don't
2
know
months
it's
later-
poisonous snakes
2 months
in the
later,
shore.
can't
Okay,
Ooh.
what destroys? Notice the colors. But what destroys
Yeah, I noticed
the
color.
gender roles in the house?
Well,
D-Bev, go ahead, because you put your finger up like we in church.
I was saying earlier, outside people coming into
Outside people.
your domain and taking away from what y'all have
okay.
as one.
That could.
marriage.
No.
Gender role.
No, I'm saying,
Like
I'm saying,
what makes a woman act like a man in your house, and what makes a man act like his woman in your house?
Once again.
What makes the man do what that woman says?
coochie. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Coochie.
Good coochie. Let's put
Good
it that
coochie.
way. Good coochie, because all coochies ain't gonna make you do it.
Like you said earlier,
A funk box,
like
you
you
ain't gonna
said
really
earlier,
care.
when a woman makes a man go to sleep, you got me.
Sometimes he bored though.
What if he fall asleep during?
Sometimes he's bored.
No, I'm saying. Like you said, the lion, he goes around and he
The lion
you
stay
ever
busy.
you ever watch the lion get in?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They out.
Yep.
Any beast you see in the field, even chicken.
A chicken.
A rabbit here.
I don't think I ever seen a chicken. Now rabbits do
I seen
screw
chicken,
quite
though.
often.
I
All
seen
day.
chicken. I seen chicken. When did that time you seen a
I
rabbit
see.
though?
I've never watched a rabbit have
Exactly.
sex. They do it so quick. Huh?
Take time.
Again, if the man is not stepping up to lead and be an example, there's a deficit.
Thank you.
There's a deficit, and that means possibly that woman is going to try to fill the deficit and now
With
take
her
on
masculinity.
masculinity energy. There it is. Boom.
There it is. So this is what's changing it to me. I believe that, like some say, the more money a woman has is changing the gender roles in the black community, because women feel like if I make more than you, I run this house.
They do.
Which
That's
isn't true.
It's not. But
Which
it's-
isn't true.
But
that
it's
is
reality.
a problem in gender roles. I believe that our
reversal.
homosexual communities have the bisexual community. I won't say homosexuals, I'll say bisexuals. The ones that go in between being with men and women have changed the gender roles, because they're bringing that feminine energy into that masculine household with their children, and I believe it's affecting the way the gender roles are switching.
Yeah, it does.
I think fashion and trends have a part in that as well.
I
Yeah,
believe
of course.
that, yeah, you
Like
know,
tight pants and
the skirts, that are men. Dwayne Wade wearing a skirt home, that wasn't cool.
That's why the son turned.
Westbrook wearing the pleated skirt and the half tank tops. And,
Yeah. I'm not going for that.
That was the Wrath of Westbrook skirt. It ain't the gay guys, because we talking about bisexuals. That means they like men and women, and they're bringing that energy into their house. A gay man don't care what's going on in your house, because he's in his own house with his gayness. You know? Are we still getting sound over here? Okay, we still good? All right, I'll keep it going. As long as we still good, I keep it going.
Oh, it's bouncing off though, for sure.
It's bouncing off some. Maybe it was D-Bev, because it disappeared when he disappeared. Okay, we got to take another quick break. I'm so sorry, you guys. We had a tech issue. Stuff happens sometimes. We're only human. And we're going to come back and close out this show. I'm Donnie Keith. If you're just tuning in, this is DKs Way.
They can see your afro. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. It just all of a sudden just.
So it says here that you're suing for 50%
Nope.
custody and that you're a
Nobody's
quote,
been
great dad.
mentioned anything.
What kind of
It
a
just all of a
dad could a
sudden
black?
boom.
What kind of a father are you? Why would I believe that?
I mean, I do it all. I do it all, y'all. I'm a super dad. I mean, super dad. I'm talking about Batman dad, Spider-Man dad. You understand what I'm saying, Yana?
Excuse me, your hors d'oeuvres. Can I say something?
Well, Super Dad, I'm going to consider that photo abuse of the children because they were too close to the barbecue grill.
I read my baby's bedtime stories in bed.
Do you expect for me to really believe you read to the children?
Your officer, can I say something?
I'll let you convict him in a second.
This is preposterous.
What was that word?
Preposterous.
Well, preposterously, hand over your credit cards.
He needs to hand over his EBT, Green Dot, and Netflix codes, too.
Oh, he has Cash App, does he?
How am I supposed to pay my rent, my bills? How am I supposed to get to work?
You need to quit those little jobs anyway and stop trying to go to school to be a doctor.
This is preposterous.
Well, it's not my fault you weren't on your A game. So, hand over the house.
Preposterous. I'm getting older, and she's getting younger with my money.
Yes, well, I'm going to consider that compliment to her as abuse. Hand over your driver's license and your car.
Yeah. Please. What about me?
I don't want that old car. I need a brand new 2035 model.
And the shirt off your back, sir.
What else is y'all gonna take from me? The tattoos off my skin? Damn, that's cold, Yana. I mean, do I ever get to see my kids?
Are you
Now,
serious?
it seems here that she has 3 children, and they're all yours.
Mr. Walls.
At least, Mr. Wayne,
Is it
he
really?
don't
That's your
sleep after working 18 hours.
Who's Mr. Wong?
Just look at these two. You can tell they ain't mine.
Well, I'm gonna make you pay child support for all
You
3.
said
Case
that.
dismissed. This is Father's Time for A-Game TV.
You said that
Looks
sounds
they
like
gave
her.
him to Kanye Cosby. Wow.
Oh
Could you tell
my
us just
God.
what
She
happened
said
in there
so
to you
much
today,
to
sir?
I
share.
feel 60 years older. I really need to get on my A game.
Come on, y'all, let's go get you a new daddy.
You should try A-Game. Yep, it's an all-natural supplement that'll help you get your energy, go back in there and win.
No.
I feel great again. I feel like myself. I feel like I'm on my A game.
A-Game will keep you out of custody court.
No, it won't.
Okay, maybe it won't, but it sure will give you the natural energy and vitality you'll need to stand up under the pressure.
Brenda, it's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh God. Mic check 1. Mic check. Mic check 1.
I know y'all tired of that same A-Game sketch commercial, but I had to show it because we had some tech issues today. I don't know,
Is it
maybe
full moon?
the haters of the universe don't want me talking about how to fix gender role problems in them black household, but we got to talk about it in order to correct it, okay? Because it starts with communication, respect, and love. It takes the love to understand each other, to even communicate with each other. It takes respecting your mate to even get to the understanding to love your mate enough to hear what they're saying to communicate with them. Okay, because I'm a submissive bitch with mine. Not for real. All right, let's get that last question and close out this show. Because I know I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this. Maybe we'll carry it on next week. I got Rodell Grazier coming. I also have Janae Thomas coming next week. So we're going to have 2 more females on the panel.
Masculine. This is a good question.
Yes. Yes, it is. Now, are black women emasculating our black men? That means, are we not giving them the choice to be men, to lead us? What do you think, Ronald? Even though you have an Asian woman.
You brought up the money earlier. I think money is a big tool in most of the relationships, demasculating, especially our black men. The women are making more money, and that's all well and good. I want them to. I'm a big fan. Hey,
You a fan of money?
I'm all for it. For women coming up, everybody coming up. But you shouldn't use the fact that you a little more blessed than your man to make him feel lower or control him. Because you wouldn't want him to do that to you.
Like homegirl in Why Did I Get Married? The way she was talking to her husband. If y'all didn't see Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married, Tasha Smith was definitely emasculating her man
Yes, she
by
was.
saying, you wouldn't have a job if it
wasn't
wasn't for me. You know, that
Which
type
wasn't
of
true.
stuff. Yeah.
And it wasn't
'cause
true.
It was his skill
It
that
was-
got him the job in the first
And
place.
the money invested from his football, right?
right. Into her shop.
Into her shop.
Now, D-Bev, do you think black women emasculate men? He like, not in my house.
Yes.
I mean, man,
Let me hear
I just
about
think,
not
I just,
in
I
my
just think it
house.
should be equal. You know what I'm saying? You can keep
No,
it
but
equal.
what do you think?
I think that
Do
they
you-
do.
Okay, that's
Okay.
that's the
Not
question.
because of what we all go through. It's just the system.
Okay.
The system allows you to be.
Now, let's ask the other part of that question to D-Bev. How should or can we reverse the gender role destruction in the black household? What would you suggest to start changing that?
Get a job. No, I'm joking.
D-Bev clearly takes care of his women and runs the house. Tony Taylor, what do you think is a good start?
A good start of change.
to make our black men feel more?
Well, we just have to support them more. We have to support them more and speak words of encouragement. That's the part. Sometimes it's just the little things. It's just a little thing.
Y'all have
It's
to
just,
let us encourage you. Let us give you compliments.
do you think that they don't?
I think that they don't know how to accept praise from us because they're
about
so
that.
used to us
don't
telling
know
us.
about
See,
that.
you can't praise a nigga like
No,
D.
I'm saying-
I don't know about that.
Well,
I think they don't
look,
get it enough. I
I'm
think
independent. I'm independent.
Okay.
Because I hear men, I compliment men a lot. Like if I see somebody like, oh, you really look nice or you smell good. And you'd be surprised, a lot of women, I think, aren't that vulnerable and apparent, transparent to come out to really say and give them a compliment. That's what I
Okay.
think.
Well,
Right?
we're going to have to revisit this topic because it's really heating up. And I do have so many more questions for so many more reasons. We're going to definitely finish the Aggressive Dance Awards. That's going to be my last TikTok or video show because I'm never going to get monetized using those videos. I found that out. The shit is funny as fuck, but I can't keep doing that. Sometimes it's okay, but once DK's Way gets to its next platform, then we can do that, okay? I have the licensing and the rights to do it, okay? So maybe we'll carry on this topic another time. Maybe in about 2 weeks we'll revisit this topic again.
It's a great topic.
But yeah, he said he gonna revisit it tonight.
It's funny and real.
Revisit it tonight.
I like
Keep
a
it
you
real,
girl.
man. Keep it real.
All right,
Funny
y'all.
shit.
What you got going on in your life right now? Quickly.
October 30th, pre Halloween celebration at Roscoe Jazz Lounge.
What did he just say?
He's speaking Hennessy.
No, Roscoe Jazz Lounge, October 30th at 8 p.m. I'm doing a pre-Halloween comedy jam, and then I got this show here, Queens Hall. It's comedy and karaoke. If you can sing, bring your ass out.
And if you can't sing, bring your
Bring
ass
your
out.
ass out.
See, I'll be the one in there hurting your eardrums. Ronald Cole, what you got going on in your life right now?
Well, besides a long conversation later on,
You in trouble, boy. You in
shoot some
trouble.
cabbage. I got the Chateau on the 22nd, and I'm working on bringing back the Make Me Laugh Mondays and some other stuff.
Okay. And Tony Taylor, what you got going on?
Well, first I want to shout out my boy Mike for the I Wear Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Yeah. This is what I'm wearing this, and he supported and gave me this. So this is a dope. Visit him on IG, BZ Mike on Instagram, and I'm doing my music, DJ TNT. I'm writing, doing my comedy, and
Okay.
in the process of honing my craft.
And you guys, I have a show on the 22nd. I'm hosting the Comedy Chateau. Ron is one of the comedians performing that night. I'm going to be bringing heat all night long, so just be prepared for my donanigans and my ignorance. D-Bev, you had something else to say? Make
I
it
want to
quick.
shout out to my boy Penthouse Production, man. We doing this thing at Roscoe. Also, this show here November 5th is my sister's celebration.
You got to tell them where it is because they
At
can't
the Queen
read
Hall.
that.
The Queen's Hall is 967 North of La Brea.
Okay, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. We got more coming on DK's Way. I got some heat for y'all coming up every week, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Like, subscribe, share. I love you. Good night.
Good night. Peace.